Hello, Glenda Mullet here. Welcome to my craft room. Tonight we're doing a technique. It's called a magic technique. And I don't know whether we'll make a card or not, but we're going to play with the technique. So just let me get over on Facebook and make sure I'm streaming over there where I should be. Because, otherwise. Nope, that's not what I want. Oh, I wanted to. Hang on. I'm trying to read. Okay. So I'm going to. Hello. I'm trying to figure out how I did the. I don't remember how I did that, you know. No. There we go. I'm trying to get it so that I can overlay one on top of the other because with my private group where I'm streaming now, I can't see who's commenting. So I try to put one over top of the other. And then I don't know. Well, hello. Look at all these lovely people. I can see names now. Connie and Carmen and Janet and Linda. Hello from Moose Jaw. Norma, Renee. Hey, everybody. Yeah, it's Thursday night and I've had quite the day, but you're not here to hear about that. So I'm going to flip you around and we're going to create this. This is called, hi, Marlene. This is called the magic technique. And it is very magic. And since I did this with my team a few weeks ago, about a month ago now, I've discovered a couple of new ways to do it. So we're going to experiment tonight. So I have a whole bunch of just plain white cardstock. Look, I even have the instructions in there. I've got some plain white cardstock. We're going to emboss it with a couple of different embossing folders, and then we're going to color it a couple of different ways. Okay. But now I just lost my. Yeah, some days life works and some days it doesn't. Okay, that's it. So, I have two embossing folders. I have the layered florals one, which is the one I did this technique with. And then I saw one done with fern, and I want to try the fern. And I made a card kit just in case we have time to do a card, then we will. But I have some basic white in 5 1/4 by 4. And we're going to play with it. Now, warning, you will get inky with this technique. So if you don't like getting inky fingers, I suggest you put some gloves on. So the first one, oh, didn't give you your chocolate. Here you go. Have some chocolate. Grab what you want. Sugar-free is on this side. Non-sugar-free is on this side. This is a full-fledged. Look, I have a Toblerone, some celebration cookies. Grab them and sit back and enjoy. So has anybody out there played with this technique yet? Somebody gets inky with the regular stamping. So, oh, that's Norma. Hello, Norma. Yeah. Every time I hit something wrong. Okay, I'm going to quit playing with the computer. Connie's done it. Yes, I've seen Connie's cards. Connie's cards are gorgeous with this technique. Okay, so I'm going to emboss this in my machine. And then we're going to color, and then we're going to emboss or add a whole bunch of ink on the top. So the first one I'm doing is the layered florals embossing folder because it is really pretty done with this one. And then if we have time, I've got a couple of other ideas as well as the fern one, but I want to do this one and I want to do the fern. So the first time I did this, I took the time. Oops, you have to do it on the deboss side. So the side with the holes, that's the side you want, not this color, not that one. Hi, Nadine. Uh-oh, she hasn't played with it and she's excited, but she dropped an ink pad on her lap yesterday. Uh-oh. Oops. So you flip it over and you want to color the back side, the depression side. I've got some scrap paper here. I'm going to move that out of the way. So they say, the royal they. Ooh, cowtail. Have you guys tried cowtails? I was impressed with this. I grabbed a couple in Calgary when I was on my way back from Houston, when I got stuck there with nothing to do for like 4 or 5 hours. And I grabbed a couple of them. And now I always thought that they were chocolate, but they're not. Can you imagine my pleasant surprise when I opened that package yesterday to have a look at it, and it turned out to be licorice. And not only is it licorice, but it's cream-filled licorice, which is my absolute favorite. I love it. So I've been eating them. I know I shouldn't, but I am. Cowtails. So if you come to my Creative Escape in June, you will be getting cowtails. Because one of the bundles that we are featuring in the Creative Escape is the Cutest Cow bundle. Sorry, I'm not looking. I'm trying to get this flower colored in. Now, when I did it the very first time, I was really particular about where I put the color and not wanting it to go over top of like places where it shouldn't be. But you don't have to worry about that. Just get some color on. So this one, I'm going to play with a couple of different things. This is the Petunia Pop Dark Stampin' Blend. So this is one of the new ink colors that's coming on the 1st of May. And I'm just doing that. I was trying originally. I was trying to blend it, but that doesn't work. Yes, Nadine, like Connie said, I hope you weren't wearing good clothes. Hi, Pat. Okay, so I've colored that flower in, and if you go outside the lines, don't worry about it, because that doesn't matter in this technique. And then I'll just add a leaf. Just color a leaf. And then I'm going to take Daffodil Delight. Nope. Peach. Dark peach pie. And do one of the smaller flowers. Because I'm going to do this way. And then I'm going to use blending brushes to color it. And then we're going to put the color over the top because I want to see what the difference is. So that was dark peach pie. Those are, this one was Shy Shamrock. So I'm using a lot of the new colors. And then this is just Daffodil Delight, and I'm doing right in the center of the peach pie one. Oh, that's smart, Nadine. She said she tries not to wear good clothes when she's stamping. Good idea. Okay, so I forgot to get the ink. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to take Petunia Pop. And see, I've been playing with the Stampin' Blends and these colors. I mean the blending brushes and the colors. And I'm going to color one of the flowers in. Now, this, you need to get it really dark and not worry about the blotches. So just go straight from your ink pad onto your flower. Now, the only thing about this is you're not going to be able to be precise about where your colors are. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about the peach. I think I'll do that with a Stampin' Blend because it's small in this. But I want to do some leaves. So now I have to see the leaves. It's going to be a little bit more difficult with the leaves. So I think I probably should do the leaves in the Stampin' Blends to get some color in there. Because, this is just an experiment one. And then the peach pie, I'm going to do. There we go. Okay, so now the original way that I saw on how to do this is to use Memento ink. Now, I was watching Rachel Tessman after that, and all you do is just this. But because of the type of ink pad this is, you get these streaks, and it takes a lot to go from that to this. Lots of ink. And then she used Pebble. No, I got Pebbled Path out. I want to try that, but she used Basic Gray. So let me just grab my Basic Gray and see if I have a reinker for it. I should have got this out. I'm sorry. White. Uh-huh. Oh. There it is. Okay, so then she took Basic Gray and she did the same thing. So you take the ink pad and you want it as flat as possible, not too much at an angle because that'll get down inside. So you just pull it across. My ink pad needs re-inking. So let's just Pebbled Path. Put some Basic Gray on here and we'll re-ink. The juicier your ink pad is, the better this works. So I'm just going to add some Basic Gray to my Basic Gray pad and mush it in. I'm sure you guys all know how to re-ink your ink pads, right? This is just a piece of plastic that hubby made for me. It's about the size of a credit card. Okay, let's try this again. There, see, that's working better. Now, the harder you push, the more dark you're going to get on your card. So if you don't push too hard, then you just have to go back over it a few times. But it will float over top of things. But this does work better than the Memento because you get more ink on it in a shorter period of time. So this is the one that I colored. This is the one that I used the blending brush on, and I can't tell the difference. Can you tell the difference between the two? Okay, so that was Basic Gray. Now I want to do the same thing. Now, if you don't color first, you can color afterwards. This is what I discovered is if you put the ink on first and then just go in with your Stampin' Blends afterwards, that works too. And it's actually easier to color it after you've put the dark color on. At least it is for me. I really was not enjoying the technique at first. But when I put the color on first and then put like put the dark on first and then went back in with the color. I liked it a lot better. And then I'm going to go in with Daffodil Delight and just do the centers. Make this a little bit different than the one that I did before, then we'll know the difference between the two. And go in and just finish off our flower. And because it's dark, you can't tell if you've gone over top of a spot where you're not supposed to have pink ink. Pink ink. Okay. So this is the one I colored first with the blends. This is the one I used the blending brush on, and this is the one I colored afterwards. And you can't tell the difference between any of them. I can, because now I can see that I didn't get that color right into the corner. And with doing it afterwards, I didn't have to worry about that. So, what do you think? Let's try something else. I'm going to emboss another piece when I find what I did with them. And we'll go in with the blending brushes. And instead of doing individual colors, I want to try doing sections of the card instead before we put the dark on. Okay, so you want your back side. You want your back side, just in case you didn't know. You want the back side. And still use Petunia Pop. So what do you think of this new ink color? Need to make a little bit more room. I love our new ink colors that are coming. They are my type of colors. I'm just going to do blocks of color on here. I want to see what it would look like if we're not specific to the flowers themselves. And I'm also just going straight from the pad right onto the cardstock so that we get different grades of color on there. Do a little bit over here in this corner. And one here in this corner. Oh, I'm missing all the comments. Can I use a lighter color for the background? You need to cover up the color underneath, Norma. That's why you use dark colors. Okay, so that's that one. Excuse me. Now I'm going to get my peach pie, if I get it open. And find a blending brush that's orange is. And we'll add some peach pie. Now, yesterday, I was playing with the layers of love. I think that's what it's called. Is that what it's called? Hang on. I got to get it now. Layers of Beauty bundle, which is another one of the ones we're doing for the Creative Escape. And it's got masks. Like we have one now. And it's really pretty. I didn't get the current mask one. Oh, is your order coming soon, Pat? I finally got an order today that sat in Vancouver for a whole week. It arrived in Vancouver last Thursday, and it arrived at my house today. Okay, so now I'm going to try and avoid some of the flowers or turn them in so that they look a lot like leaves. I don't know whether this is going to work or not, but we'll find out, right? Just add some green to some spots. A little bit there, a little bit there. So this is Shy Shamrock. This is another one of the new colors. A little bit there. Of course, I've got pink on a lot of these. And it's difficult to get down inside the holes. So that's why I'm trying to use the little ones. Okay, and then I'm going to get Daffodil Delight. We'll just finish off the rest of the spots with Daffodil Delight. This looks like a real mess, but I'm hoping when I put the color on, it's going to look better. If not, then we're both going to know that it's not a good thing to do, right? So did anybody get to make a card today? Oops, there's a leaf there that needs to be green. Let's see if I can get it green without re-inking my brush. There we go. Okay, let's see what happens when we put some black on top of that. Should we use Basic Gray or Pebbled Path? Which one do you think? And while you're deciding, I'm going to re-ink my Pebbled Path. I want to make sure it's got lots of ink in it. Pebbled Path, Pebbled Path. Always double check when you're going to re-ink. Always double check and make sure that you've got the right re-inker. If you don't, and if you happen to re-ink your ink pad with the incorrect re-inker, then just take it to your sink and run water over it until you get the ink pad goes back to being white or just off-white. Take all the ink out of it and completely re-ink it again. But you're going to need re-inkers, and it takes a lot. Renee started to make a card, but my 5-year-old granddaughter was here, so I didn't get to finish. Oh, granddaughters are much more important than a card anytime, right? I agree. Okay, there we go. I've re-inked Pebbled Path. Connie's finishing off March Paper Pumpkins. Nobody said whether I should use Basic Gray or Pebbled Path, so I'm going with Pebbled Path. You ready? Here we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, people, do you see? This is kind of like, what's that called? Whatchamacallum's coat, Joseph's coat. Oh, look at that. And I'm just going over it a couple of times just to make it really dark. And then go the other way. Look at that. And you can't tell the difference between where I just went in there with the blending brushes and added random colors, or I went in with the Stampin' Blends and colored it where it's supposed to be. But there's the difference between Pebbled Path and Basic Gray. I would go with Pebbled Path. I got a little bit too much ink on this one. I pushed a little bit too hard when that went through, but I really like this because the flowers are different colors. Isn't that cool? Okay. Now, let's get rid of this. Oh, I'm not doing too bad in the inky department. Get another one. Okay. Now, I need greens. I don't want to use these ones. Let's use lemon lime and granny apple and old olive. Hey, Marie. Marie said she came in late and thought, oh my God, what a mess. But it turned out okay. I know, right? I do too, Connie. I like the pebbled path better. It's on the, where did I put it? It's on the deboss side, Eddie. So that's the pushed in side. This is the pushed out side. It won't work. If you do it on the pushed out side, you get totally different. Here, let me show you. Let me show you. So this is the other side, right? This is the emboss side, the side that we usually use. And when you run this across, you see you're getting the flowers, which is a technique itself, but not the one we're doing tonight. So that's the difference between doing the embossed side and the debossed side. So this is the embossed side. And you can see there where there's color, and the color is in the holes. And this is the debossed side. Okay. Now, I want to take fern. I want to take the fern and I want to run it through my machine. And this one sometimes is a bit lighter in embossing. So I want to find a piece of junk cardstock. And I'm going to put a piece of junk cardstock over top of it as a shim, just so it gets a little bit more pressure on that cardstock, because sometimes fern is not that deep. So I'm just running it through my machine. There, I got it a little bit deeper than normal. Okay, now I'm going to move my blending brushes that I used for that one. And 1, 2, I got this cool thing from Amazon that I keep my blending brushes in now. It's a makeup brush holder, and it's got 2 levels. So I keep my little ones right in the center, and then I keep my big ones around the outside. Of course, they're all mixed up now because I've been taking stuff out, but it's on a swivel. So all I have to do is rotate it. It's amazing. And it was dirt cheap. Okay, so I'm going to start with lemon lime twist. And I'm going to ink up. We're going to do the random thing. And of course, you know me and random. I didn't re-ink my ink pad. So it might take a little bit to get the ink, the depth that I wanted. Because you want to have bright colors. The colors can't be muted on this or it's not going to work very well. There we are. And I think I'll add a little bit down here in this corner. Just add that in there like that, get it nice and green. Okay, so that's lemon lime twist. And now Granny Apple Green. We'll do the same thing. I think it's just about time that I take my blending brushes and clean them. So I'm leaving room because I'm going to put a little bit of, oh, this one's a lot juicier than lemon lime twist was. I'm leaving white spaces still because I've got old olive. I want to add old olive to it. And now we'll finish off with some old olive. And if you have it in different depths of color, then that's going to add a little bit more interest to your piece too. And of course, I don't know what this is going to turn out to look like because I haven't done this one before. I only saw it. So I'm just filling in the color. What a mess, right? I hope nobody joins us late and thinks, what the heck? Okay, we'll do a little bit there just to blend things all in. Make sure that I've got color. Right, I've got a couple of light splotches, which I like. Now, I really, really, really want to try. Really, really, really want to try something. I don't know whether I should or not. Oh, well, if it doesn't work, then we'll just do it again, right? I want to take an aqua painter water brush. The towel first. So remember when we did the background technique for the Merriest Trees card at Christmas time, where we did all the greens and then I did it in pink. So there was a flick on there with water, and I want to do that here too. I don't know whether this is going to work or not. This may not show up at all, but I like to experiment sometimes. And this is good and watery, so I'm starting to get some blotches on there now. It's really interesting what water will do. But you got to have, I've got to make sure that your brush has got water on it. It's got to be juicy. There. This is putting bigger ones on. Ooh, this is going to be cool if this works. Okay, now I've done that. So can you see the blotches on there? See the blotching? I like that. Now, Winky. You got to have some Winky. This is just going to add a little bit of bling underneath. Okay. Are we ready? So you got blotches and there's bling in there. Pebbled path. Are you ready for this? Okay, now I'm trying to say to myself, don't push too hard, just let it glide over the top. I did the wrong side. It's okay. So I did the side where the leaves were standing up. Look at that. And I don't want to do any more. I like how I've got some light patches and some dark patches in there. You add rubbing alcohol pat inside. But Winkies are available now. So apparently they were in stock on Tuesday and I missed that. But this is cool. Okay, I'm going to do this again, but we'll do the other side because I did the embossed side. I want to try the debossed side. which is the side I should have done it in the first place. Okay, that and the shim, and we'll run it through the machine. That is going to make a gorgeous background on a card. Okay, the trees, and I'm flipping it over so I have the other side now. And we'll start. Oh, I love that. That is just amazing. Start with our light, the lemon lime twist. I should have re-inked this. Oh well. That's life. Some days you just don't do what you should do, right? I want to make sure that I'm getting that color down inside those holes. And we'll do a little bit here. Happy accident. Yes, it was, Nadine. It was. Like that one thought you were doing the wrong side, but wait in case I was wrong. No, you were wrong. I mean, you weren't wrong. I was wrong. But like Nadine says, it's never really wrong. It was just an opportunity for creativity in a different direction, right? Okay, there's lemon lime twist. The lemon lime twist and a bit of granny apple. And now we're going to be able to tell what the two different sides looks like, right? Oh, this is going to be so cool. And a little bit there. Now, if you're better at random than I am, your card won't look quite as contrived as mine does. Okay, and then we'll finish off by filling in the gaps with old olive. You will, if you do this, you will use a lot of ink. So make sure you have your re-inkers. Make sure whenever you order an ink pad, you should reorder the re-inkers at the same time. Because then you don't have to worry about your ink pad drying out ever. Unless you're like me and you're a demonstrator and you go through 2 or 3 re-inkers. But that's okay. Okay, a little bit right there. Okay, what do you think? Looking good? Okay, so there we have our blotches. Now I'm going to my water painter out, get lots of water on there, get some little blotches. You just have to make sure that it's wet. Now you could use a paintbrush and water to do this. It's just that I don't have paintbrush and water here. I have water pens. And over there, we'll do a little like that. And then we'll do this after I put water on it again. So the registration opens on Sunday for my Creative Escape, summer edition of the Creative Escape. And it will post in the Creative Escape group and in my VIP group. Okay, now I need Wink Stella. Squeeze some more down there. Add a little bit of bling. Oh, that's better. Oh, yes. Just needed to be, the tip needed to be real filled. Now I'm getting some big blotches on there too. I'm having fun tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Look at that background. So it's got splotches and it's got bling and it's got blotches. And I'm just going to wave it a bit because I want it to dry out a little bit from all the water I put on it before I put the pebbled path on top. And you can still see the blotches and you can still see the bling on this one. Okay, here we go. Yes, Christmas colors. Ooh. Can you imagine those Mary's Trees dies and this? That would be pretty. Here we go. Ready? Look at it. Oh, and we're getting a totally different look from the other side. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's the debossed side and there's the embossed side. Here, let me get them. Oh, I can't get them. I was going to say I'll get them pattern going the same way, but I can't because it's reverse pattern. There you go. That's the difference between the two. So this one, the ink is being captured on top of your embossed fronds. This one, it's getting captured in between the embossed fronds. I like them both too, Janet. Thanks, Marlene. Carmen, Valerie. Yeah, it is cool. I wish you guys could see the bling. Like I got a lot of Wink of Stella on there. That is so cool. Okay, so we've done that and that. And we've done this. So is there, oh look, but when Pebbled Path dried, it's a lot like Basic Gray. It dried quite a bit lighter than I thought it was going to. Oh, Heidi, you've been doing it too? Nice. Yes, that is fun. So is there anything you guys want me to try? A different embossing folder or different colors? Because if we took this and just put it onto an old olive card, I think if we lined it up on white, no, that's too stark. Just put it right onto old olive and then put, trying to think of a die that would have like a fern frond. If I had the fern bundle that was in the mini catalog, that one would be perfect. What is that called? What is that bundle called? That fern bundle. Wild ferns on page 21. It carried over. It's in the new catalog. This one. Those dies would have been perfect on here. We could have done that and done the sentiment in it. But, you know, I don't have it, so we can't do that. Nadine likes the pebbled path. I would go back over that basic gray with pebbled path. Line it up on the new beige cardstock. I could do that. Okay, where's that? That's the one. That's the one that's basic gray. Once you get this figured out, it's just one swoop and you're done. The new basic gray, she said. I can do that. I have that. Let me just cut a card base. move all the mess because I don't want to get mess all over my basic beige. So this is basic beige, which is a brownier tone than what was that one called? Sahara sand. It's a brownier tone than the Sahara sand. There we go. There's on the new basic beige. Oh, Valerie, did you miss the beginning? We were having fun getting messy. Oh, sorry, wrong adhesive. I'm putting this onto the card base. There we go. Making waffles for dinner? Yum. We had soup and a sandwich. A grandchild thought he might have dinner here until he heard that we're having soup and sandwich, and he went home for dinner. Oh, that doesn't look too bad on that beige. Now, I want to show you a sneaky peeky. I'll be showing how to do this card in a week or so. So I played with the Layers of Beauty bundle, which has masks that go over top of the stamp. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that amazing? I just used one color on the flowers, but made it light and then not so light and then dark on the top so that the flowers are all the same color. And then I put a lot of this in color glimmer paper on it. What do you think about that one? That's not one of the ones we're going to be doing in the Creative Escape because that's Kathy is doing those cards. But I wanted to play with it. Oh, thank you. All right. So, anybody else got any questions about this? I could make a card. I actually have a black card base. I wonder what it would have looked like on a black card base. Let's just pull that off of there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I use Stampin' Seal. Oh, it looks much more dramatic on black. I like that. Then I have a piece for a sentiment because I know I got out a stamp set. Oh, there it is. Sweetly scripted. Nope. No address, Valerie. Now, sweetly scripted. Maybe happy birthday. Cross there. Like that. And I need a die to go over top of that. With a block for this. And I have cardstock and I have the block and I'm going to do it in black. Have I got anything? Trying to look for a die that is kind of leafy and ferny. No, not that one. Not that one. Any ideas what die I could use? I don't know. Well, maybe this one. Oh, I know which one. Oh no, they retired. I don't have them here anymore. Shoot. Can you hear me way over here? Or am I nattering away to myself? Can you hear me when I go over there? Could you emboss the green on? Could you emboss the greeting on front in white? You can't. You can't do it right on here, Eddie, because this has been embossed. So you're not going to get a nice stamped image because it's all bumpy. I'm going to do one of those. And I'm going to do one of these. And I'm going to do it in silver. We're getting silver foil back. I'm so excited. You can hear me? Nice. Okay, so I'm just gonna, this is my old silver foil because we haven't been able to order the new stuff yet, but I wanted to use it. So I dug out my old stuff. So I'm not guaranteeing that it's the same foil because I haven't seen it yet. Give this couple of these cut. See what happens. I just want to put ribbon back there too. We could put some ribbon in behind the sentiment. This is the stippled roses stuff. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. This is still a bit wet, this ink. I'm gonna have to be careful. Then, how wide is this going to have to be? Let's try this. I want it to be 3/4 of an inch. So let me put this down. 3/4 of an inch. And I should have put the sentiment on before I attached it to the card front, but you know, some days things just don't work. Okay, pebbled path instead of black. So if you don't have one of these blocks, I don't know whether they're sold out or not, but this is one of the ones that they're retiring. And I like it for, they actually have some stamps that fit it. Aw. Well, I'll cut that off. I'll cut it. Okay. So my thoughts are to have this one there and one here. And then this will go over the top like that. Huh. I'm not liking that. I don't like that. I think the cardstock's too wide. Okay, I have 1/2 inch pieces. I like the silver on there though, because it brings out the wink of Stella. No. Okay. What have I got? What stamp set have I got? Whoops. Something just fell on the floor and I don't know what it was. I have Magnolia because I'm in the middle of. Nope, that's not big enough. It needs something big. It needs something big. Okay, where is my, what is that called? Simply Said. Gloss in white on black cardstock. I could probably do that. That's not big enough either. It needs a big sentiment. It needs something that is going to command that you look at it. And I don't have those sentiments because I don't like big sentiments, but this one needs a big sentiment. Got a happy anniversary. Oh, well, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut it and I'm going to see what happens. Because I wasn't going to use this anyways, so it doesn't really matter, right? I was supposed to submit my taxes today and I haven't even had time to do that. Because we had a summer creative escape planning meeting this afternoon and it was almost 3 hours long. No, I don't think this is going to be any good either. Cut that off. Oh, we need a circle. We need a circle on there, people. Paper pumpkin add-on. Oh, I have those right here. That might work, Pat. I haven't even looked at them yet. Ugh, they're stuck. Oh, look at my fingers, all the ink I've got on them. No, that's not big enough yet either. Where did I put my... But you know what? What are those wanted to say dies? That's wanted to say. You know, that might not look too bad, Pat. It is cool with the fern folder. So if I did the background in black and did the foreground in what? Granny apple green, maybe? And Randy, where are you? There's Granny. Oh, if you could see the mess in my craft room right now. Nope, not quite wide enough. I have quite the mess happening. There we go. And then a piece of silver piece of silver. I got a piece already cut. It's big enough. No. Nope. Okay, we'll just cut one. What do I need? I need 2 inches. 2 inches. Some adhesive sheet. Oh man, if you guys could see my table. I wish I could see my table. So you're still hanging in there? Just about done. I just got to get the lining off this piece of adhesive sheet. Put it on here. Oh yeah. I wonder it wouldn't come off. There we go. Okay, so this is going to go out of black. That's the background. And then this is the foreground. And I'm going to do it out of silver. Right in the middle. Still hanging in, Carmen? Nope. Nadine, you are not the only one. You know, I've got this ink pad is still open. No wonder I have ink all over my fingers. All right. There we go. So we're going to use these dies in the Creative Escape too. Happy birthday, which is cool. Take the binding off of that and line it up. And then peel the rest of it off. So there is, for the Creative Escape, there is an in-person option, and that's happening on the 1st of June. And then there's a virtual option, which is happening on the 2nd of June. And if you live outside of Canada, there is a tutorial option that you can get and then prep your own kits and then join us for the virtual class. Or do the project yourself with the videos, because we're doing the usual video thing as well. Okay. Perfect. I like it. This ink is still wet. Just saying. Now, I have to put some adhesive on these, because if I was smart, I would have put adhesive sheet on here, but I didn't. So now we have to put up with me putting adhesive on the back of all of these. So I'm using, for the Creative Escape, that was a blob. I'm using the Under the Moon stamp set, which is a scene builder. And Kathy is using the Layers of Beauty. And Leanne is using Cutest Cow. So I'm really excited because I got the cow bundle in today, finally. And I can't wait to play with it. I haven't had it before this. And I know Pat has made some really cute cards with it. Okay, it's just about done here. It's in there. An unorganized, will not say messy table is a must for creative thinking. All right. I'm not sure I want to put this one at the top and one at the bottom, though. I should have done this before I put the glue on, but put that there. And then we'll put this one over here. Now I have glue everywhere, all over my fingers. And note to self, cut this out of adhesive sheet, and then I wouldn't have to put dimensionals on it either. Just gonna put some dimensionals on here because I want this popped up. There we go. I like it. This is a fun technique. And it got me out of my comfort zone because this is so not my style. I don't usually do cards where the background is the feature of the card. There we go. It is a very simple card that takes a long time to do because of all the die cutting and the embossing and the swooshing, but it's got bling. Now it needs some things on it. It needs, I'm looking at my embellishments. Silver in these. Sort of silver in these. No. Nope. Oh, thanks, Nadine. Maybe just plain rhinestones. Yep. Add some plain rhinestones. If I can find my pokey tool. And we'll add one there. And we'll add one there. We'll add one up there. And I think I'll put one over there. And one down here. Oh, it needs another one up there. Okay, this could get dangerous with the amount of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's not good. 7. There. We're done. Industrial trinkets. I did get them, but I think they're too big and clunky for this. I will show you. I will show them to you. So they are double-sided. They're silver. They're flat on both sides, but one is a little bit more rounded than the other one, but they're going to stick up quite a ways on the card, and they're quite large, and I think they're too big for the card. Not quite sure how I'm going to use them, except on masculine cards. But I like it with just the rhinestones. Thanks, Connie. Connie said it's a pretty card. Thanks, Eddie. Eddie said it's stunning. I appreciate it. Much prefer the darker sentiment over the white, says Holly. Me too. I like that. I think it's understated elegance. So there we go. We are done our creative journey tonight, and that was quite the journey, I tell you. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me tonight for this inky mess. Because holy Aunt Jemima, I should take a picture of this before I clean it up and just show you how messy it is. This doesn't make my head happy, but my heart's happy because I love the card. It is gorgeous. Okay, so that's it for me till Monday. Oh, we're going to be doing a lot of coloring on Monday with the lovely and sweet. Somebody's going to get messy. I've flipped over. Who is that that says they're going to get messy? Nadine is going to get messy. Go girl. That's awesome. So I hope you have. Uh-oh. What did that do? Did something weird. I'm not going to touch it anymore. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you Monday night at 7 o'clock Pacific time, and we'll make another card together. Thanks so much for joining me tonight, and I will see you soon in my craft room. Stamp and smiles. Bye for now. Oh, don't forget registration is open for Magnolia class, Trusty Tools class, and my product share and the In Color Club. And if you click on the Linktree link in the description of this video, it's got all the links to register for all the stuff. Thanks, everybody. Bye.